Good. So if anybody has some questions to target, I'm warning you. Do you have a question? All right, hold on a minute.
All right, why does tonwood matter on an electric guitar?
That's the president of the NAMM. That's an asshole.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Guitar Tech Adventures. We're here at NAMM 2025, and today I've got an incredible surprise for you. We stumbled upon a live clinic hosted by none other than Paul Reed-Smith himself, the man, the myth, the legend behind some of the most iconic guitars in the world. In this exclusive session, Paul answers questions from fans, inviting debate, and dives into everything from guitar craftsmanship to tone secrets, and even a bit of philosophy on music. You're not gonna wanna miss this. So sit back and join me for this amazing Paul Reed-Smith clinic. This is Guitar Tech Adventures. Let's dive in.
So I wanted to do something. I want to play everybody's sound of the guitar and play this thing. I want to play a dead clean because I can distort it, but that isn't really going to tell you anything. Dead clean will tell you what the sustain is, what the balance between the bass, mid-range, and treble is. It'll tell you much more about the guitar than a parlor trick of a new pedal, right? So I'm just going to play it this way. So to my ears, that sounds more like a single coil than a humbucker, right? So Leo Fender proved when he first started that it had nothing to do whether it was a single coil or humbucker. Let me give you an example. If you turn on a jazz bass and you turn both the pickups on, it's in humbucker. The two pickups on a B bass are in humbucker. If you take a Silver Sky, the middle pickup and the treble pickup, put it in the middle position, it's in humbucker. Therefore, by the way we think, a humbucking should be able to sound like a single coil. But if you make them right, which took forever to figure out, you can get a humbucking to sound beautifully like a single coil, which you can hear that. You hear the bite without it sounding like a nice pick in your ear. I mean, to me, that's really, really important. All right, so that's what I wanted to cover, and now I want to have an argument. You think I'm kidding? I'm not. You learn way more in an argument than you do in a conversation, correct? You have a question, that fast. Wow. These are all statements, not questions. Oh, you have the very first SC guitar. I got it, yeah? It's fine. So, send it back to me, I'll refresh it. PRS?
Anybody know what?
Okay. Hang on a minute, you're asking a really good question. If you own a Stradivari violin, it goes to the shop all the time to be repaired, correct? Why don't you send the guitar to a incredibly gifted repair person and get it refretted? Well, it's not going to magically refret itself. That isn't going to happen.
I know, but
I love you, but I don't sell it with a free refret. If you send it back to me, I will fix it. I swear to God, it'll come back better. Ship it to me. It's called our PTC, PRS Tech Center. He can give you all the information, and we will make your guitar better than it is. I'm not going to put Fender or Gibson on a headset when you get it back. I will fix it, I swear to God. Okay, I got it. You said, okay, you have to talk to that meeting, right? His name is Aaron, and he's going to make you a king. Go. So, anybody has some questions to target, I'm warning you. Do you have a question? All right, hold on a minute.
All right, why is tonwood matter on an electric guitar?
That's the president of NAMM. That's an asshole. Hey, are you serious? Hang on a minute. Are you serious? Jesus Christ. All right, let's do this. You're going to take the one beautiful thing that I have to help with the harmonic content of the guitar and take it away. So by your theory, if I make the neck out of balsa wood, and the fingerboard out of rubber, and the bridge and the pickup out of rubber, and I put dead springs on it, it will make no difference. I'm exaggerating to make a point, right? Right? It'll make no difference. Only the pickups make a difference. Oh shit, if I get a new pedal. No, it's a heroin addiction, I'm sorry. Let's do this exaggeration slowly, okay? By the theory that the internet has, the only thing that's important is the Neumann microphone over the violin. The wood makes no difference. If you take that away from the violin maker, that quality that he can get out of it, you take it away a whole bunch of stuff. We have so much proof that the guitar sounds the way it does, at least 50% acoustic. So let me give you an example. If you have a telecast, and it goes way up high, the pickup's going to pick up. And I'm telling you, that's a magnetic microphone. It's going to hear it. So you're right, just buy several of these things. We have more proof right now in our building that the acoustic sound and the woods that are used make a huge difference in the sound of the electric guitar than we've ever had in our lives. And what's mind-boggling to me is that you worked in my shop, and you were working making guitars, and you had to make your first guitar. You wouldn't pick up the shitty wood in my shop, you'd ask for the good shit. What do you mean?
Closest knowledge you have.
What you don't know is Antonio Torres is the father of the guitar. He would use pallet wood for the backs and the sides of the guitar because he was broke. But he always spent the money on the screw stop. He always did that. The reason Van Gogh painted pictures of himself was because he didn't have the money for the naked gun. He only had a mirror, and that's a true story. All those Ford self-portraits because he wanted to paint people, and he didn't have the money, so all he did was have a mirror. That's stunning if you really think about it. And he just told me pallet wood, which is fine, but don't use it on the bridge. Well, what metal would you use on the bridge?
I don't know
What metal would you use on the bridge? I've checked, this stuff don't sound good. That's a whole other story. Look, no matter what, I'm going to go to my deathbed arguing with the entire industry that the woods make a difference. And the internet is going to spend an entire time arguing with me that it didn't make any difference. I'm going to hand you my guitar, and you tell me right down the pipe that the woods that I made it have made no difference. Hold on. That looks like shit. So this is a prototype of something that's coming. If I had it made out of balsa wood, it would sound better. Can you hear that it's an ah? Can you hear that it's ah? Put your ear down. Listen to our high strings.
She's getting delivered.
Can you hear that? Okay, let's change the network. I'm sorry. I warned you that anybody asks a question is a target, and I went after you with him. Sorry.
Here to serve, Paul. Here to serve.
Hang on. You are.
Are we on? Okay, great. I respect the fuck out of you, so I'm sorry for this question. So how many women and non-binary queer people do you have playing your guitars?
I mean,
A lot, and I don't have a count. I don't ask. I can tell you that I had an intern that told me that exactly what their pronouns were was the most important question when they went to college. And their name, who they were. I have nieces and family members that are that way. And to me, that's the new beautiful way. I don't have a problem with it. So I don't count, but I can tell you generally how many people have words tattooed on their ass. That part I got. But I don't know. I don't ask. But I can tell you let me tell you a story. We have a lot of she, hers, women. That's their pronouns that they go by, that are managers of my business. Okay? I don't know. I have no idea what's really going on, but I can tell you the reason we gave them the job is because they were the best person for the job, not because they were not married. Okay, and we get awards at the She Rocks thing for all these people, and I just laugh about it because we didn't hire them because for diversity. We hired them because they were the best person for the job. So I don't know because I don't count, and I don't. Quite frankly, I care about people, I care about their skill levels, I care about their integrity, I care about their souls, I care about whether they lie or not, I care about a lot of things. But that one I don't give a shit about.
That's perfect.
Don't tell me my wood rose guitar. I know it's gonna happen. Why are all your tracks 6 not 2?
Because I checked the 6 songs. I took the four middle ones out and the
Not the same size.
2 points are made of steel. The ones we use are made of brass. And we switched those versus we didn't go back to the steel, whatever it is. But I can tell you the reason I did it is I wanted that beautiful Japanese tremolo sound. I did it not because you couldn't do that with the way it was set up. It had a different leverage system. I did it because I wanted people to be that beautiful Jeff Beck thing. I didn't do it for any other reason. And I'm taking the 4 screws out and I'm telling you, that sounds good. Hey Jack, would you defend me on this one? When we take the 4 screws out of the middle of the bridge and it's a 2-point bridge, it doesn't sound as good, right? It doesn't sound the same. He's on your side. Okay, he works for me. I like you. They all hate me. That's okay.
All things the same, right? Let's say you have, 2-point where the studs and everything weigh, 5 grams, and you have the same 6-point and everything, all the hardware also weighs 5 grams. Are you saying that will still sound the same, or that there's still fundamentally a design difference that makes it sound different?
I don't know. I took the 4 screws out of the middle, I did sound since I put it back in. I don't really know. I don't know. Look, I made a guitar for Neil Sean. That was the original 15 Neil Sean guitar with a Floyd on it. And it sounded so beautiful, it welled me up. And he's been using that guitar ever since. I called him, I said, you got a monster guitar. I don't care what it's a Floyd Rose bridge on it. I don't care what the PRS bridge on it. What I care about is the caliber of the sound coming out of the guitar. And to me, the guitar is the violin of our time. And I would much rather the guitar have a violin vocal tone. And if I can get that with a Floyd, fine. We sell lots of Floyd Rose guitars. If you have a credit card, I'll take it right now and sell you one. You already have. So you already have a Floyd Rose guitar from us. You have a stupid 6 screws in front. Take the other 4 out and call them. Wow, this guy's unbelievable. I warned you, it's hard.
Now, I I came into this expecting them, and it's good.
And I delivered.
You more than delivered.
I love a lot of the natural wood finishes on the private stocks. It seems like all these private stocks are getting close to this screen stock, like really unique, cool natural wood finishes. Are you planning to bring any of those to the SE models? Like this natural wood?
The answer is yes.
The answer is yes, and we played on and off with exotic veneers on our SC series, and I think I will say you can plan to see that soon. Have a good veneer. Thank you.
Is that an evidence hop?
I'm not sure. I can't show it to the crowd. This, for those that can see, this is the best looking guitar I've ever seen in my life.
Zero. Did you buy it?
No, I don't have enough money.
Oh, that's it. Time out. That is bullshit. Let me explain why. Why not concede that right now? You will not only find the money to fix your teeth, but you'll find the money to see me. Don't worry about it. It's all about the side
You make awesome electric guitars. Talk to us about acoustic.
Okay. If you think about a violin, this thing cut out. When you think about a violin, Stradivari, Guarneri, Guadagnini, all these bodies, they didn't have an amplifier. What they had was an air cavity that was a physics converter. You're dragging a bow over the string, and it's turning the force into sound. It's converting force to sound. An acoustic guitar is the same thing. You're converting a force to hit it into sound. If you watch Doc Perlman's thing on 60 Minutes, he said, "Why do you play a Stradivari? Why don't you play one of these new Cremona violins?" He said, "I think these new violins are wonderful, except when I play my Stradivari, if I play pianissimo, if I play really quiet, they can hear what I played in the back corner of the hall without a microphone. And with the other ones, they can't hear it." It's the same thing with an acoustic guitar. With an acoustic guitar, you are hitting the guitar, and it's turning what hit into sound. It's not a magnetic microphone with the amplifier is turning it into sound, which is an electric guitar. That's a magnetic microphone. But now we're putting microphones on the acoustic as well. I had my hands on a whole bunch of Stradivarius, and they all sounded different. And the Guadagnini sounded different. But they all had one thing in common. The harder you hit it, the louder it got. Now, a lot of acoustic guitars, after a certain time, you get it harder, they get any louder, they're compressed. But these instruments were not compressed. The harder you hit it, the louder it got. And to me, that is the goal. I want to show you something. I'm going to play you a file of an extraordinary sounding acoustic guitar on my phone. I'll put the mic up, okay? Now, that would be a recipe for disaster, except that Paul Rogers was singing, "You Know It's Him," right? Right? So let's do this. Listen to this. This was recorded flat. He's sitting in front of a microphone and it almost sounds fine on a cell phone. That's what the goal is. So you've got to trust your experience. If you play 10 acoustic guitars, the one you like the most is probably the best one. A guitar that rings for 12 seconds is not as good as a guitar that rings for 42 seconds. That's guaranteed. Get out a stopwatch and it'll tell you how good the guitar is. And so to me, in my world, that was Tony McManus playing one of the guitars for me. And he burned that down on the first take, and it sounded like a symphony. So that is what the deal is. Does that answer your question? Good. All right, good.
Can you talk about how the thickness?
It's not columns. What is that?
Kyle Colley, Scottsdale, Arizona, boutique builder.
There you go. He's a guitar maker. Here we go. Here we go.
That's me. Can't take it. That's okay. You declined.
I'm not going anywhere. You're not going at it.
I got you back.
I'm sorry. I told you were a target when you started. You asked.
Let's go.
Go.
Okay. I wanted you to talk. I wanted to ask about if you could explain how the thickness, size, and shape on an electric guitar body would change the tone. What characteristics does it lend to the guitar by shaping the body differently, adjusting the thickness?
I don't know. So, I do know that symmetrical body shapes sound better than asymmetrical body shapes. But if you think about the shape of Les Paul, it's the shape of an OM acoustic with a cutaway. The word cutaway is a bandsaw, cut it away. A double cutaway is a bandsaw, cut it away. My experience is that pretty much when they're symmetrical, they sound better, except jazz basses look like gumpy E basses, and they're not symmetrical, they sound fine. I once was in a booth, and at the time they wanted $30,000, $40,000 for this Gibson Explorer. It was a long time ago, worth $500,000. And it had this big piece of wood sticking out here, and this big piece of wood sticking out here. And it didn't sound very good. And I said to Greg Bales, I said, this guitar doesn't sound very good. He goes, yeah, but I'm going to get a lot of money for it, so you can shut up. I don't know. I can tell you that the reason they put maple tops on Les Pauls is Ed McCarty told me they experimented with all the other woods, and when they put a thin maple top on the mahogany back, it more sound better. He said, and the reason we painted them gold top is to hide from Leo that we put a maple top on the top. Because we knew Leo didn't have a carving machine. I said, but Ted, you can see the maple top inside the horn. He goes, shut up. So they had experimented with all this stuff. The reason that Fender was using Alder was because it was 30 cents a wood. It was the cheapest wood they could buy. It was like East Coast poplar, right? With all due respect, in my experience, swamp ash sounds better when you knock on it than a piece of Alder. But half the tree that goes under the water, when the water drains out, that's lightweight. The stuff that goes out of the water is heavy. If you cut those boards in half, one half side of the board is twice the weight of the other. My experience is that the lightweight swamp ash sounds better. But I don't really know more than that about the shape. I've never cut off a half an inch on one side and another and say, look, how much difference it makes. I do know you are mirroring a neck length, a fingerboard, a back, and a top. And when you do that marriage, it's going to have a resonance too. So what are you making on that? Did you change the shape and did it get better for you? What did you need?
So I make electric guitars. I make the same woods that you do. I don't know the answer. That's why I'm asking.
I don't know either. Listen, if somebody says they don't know, you should start beginning to trust them. Because somebody answers the question just like that, and they act like an expert, and they don't know what the hell they're talking about, run, scream. I trust I don't know. I learned I don't know from my father said, never say anything unless you're sure it's true. And if you're not sure it's true, say, I'm not sure it's true as a preemptive statement. But I will show you one other thing. I'm going to play you, got a little cell phones. A recording studio. I figured out how to make a neck sound like a marimba.
That's what you want to be. Yeah, that's what I need.
This took my whole career and just figured it out. And quite frankly, I think it's relieving to me that I can make the electric guitar part sound like it was. But I do know that this makes a huge difference. That's a guitar neck. If you get the body to sound like that, I don't give a shit what shape it is. I just want it to rate. People forget we're making music videos. Don't forget, you have to forget. I'd love to see one of your guitars. Okay, so we're done with the show.
I would love to.
Okay, great. So listen, everybody. This is a much better turnout than I expected. I really appreciate everybody coming. I'm sorry for being a comedian, but it's just good fun for me. And I told stories that I shouldn't have told. Thank you very much, everyone. Bye-bye.
That's great stuff.
Wow, what an incredible session with Paul Reed-Smith. I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I did. There's always something inspiring about hearing directly from the legends themselves. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, share with your guitar-loving friends, and hit the subscribe button for more adventures. Thank you for hanging out with me on Guitar Tech Adventures. Until next time.